this point, I'm like 100% convinced that if someone recites Surah Al-Waqi'ah and they internalize it, not just recite it mechanically, but they internalize it, there's no way, I'm telling you, no way that they're not going to experience wealth in their life. They're not going to be destroying poverty in their life. Here's why. Allah says in the Quran, in Surah Al-Waqi'ah, Allah says, look at the water. Who made the water? The water that you're drinking, Allah could have changed that water to the point that you can't be drinking it anymore. Allah says, look at the fire. Look at the fire. Who's making that fire? Allah says that He could have never been able to make you use the fire. And then Allah says, look at what you're eating, even the food that you're eating. Allah's the one that grew that food. Allah's trying to tell you that the same stuff that you live through, because listen, we can't live without fire, water, food, any of these things. Allah's saying, look at these beautiful things that you're living through. You wouldn't have been able to do it if it wasn't for Allah. And then what does Allah say? Allah says, فَسَبِّحْ بِاسْمِ رَبِّكَ الْعَظِيمِ Al-Azim, the most greatest. Allah's trying to tell you that everything that you go through in life is coming because of Him. And then you think, oh man, $1 million is way too much. Oh man, it's so hard for me to get married. Oh man, I can't go to university because I'm blah, blah, blah. All these different circumstances that we're all through. You think it's not possible? Allah's trying to tell you, look at all the proof around you. Who is the one that was able to do that? If you truly use your brain, you'll understand that this cup of water in front of you wouldn't have been able to be possible to be in front of you if it wasn't for Allah. The food, even the house that you're in. Fire, electricity is fire. Even the house that you're in wouldn't have been possible without Allah. And then you think, oh, these things are too great. Allah's trying to tell you, if you think those things are too great, you'll never get those things. You'll be living in poverty. Why do you think we're all living in poverty? We're living in poverty because you don't know it, but we're all doing shirk. We say we're not, but we're all doing shirk. Otherwise, why are you thinking a measly $1 million is too much? Why are you thinking having a beautiful house made out of bricks coming from Allah is something so amazing? Why? Why are those things amazing? Those things are not amazing. Allah's trying to tell you these things are not that big of a deal because Allah's the only one that's big of a deal. Allah's the only one that's the greatest. And when you internalize in your mind that Allah is truly the only one that's the greatest, that's when everything submits to you. Why does it submit to you? It sees dunya, sees in your heart the Creator. That's very powerful. When the only thing in your heart is the Creator, dunya submits to you as a result. And that's very powerful. And that's why Allah says, become like as-sabiqun, because those are the ones that came close to Allah, that their ego was annihilated. They went through a state of fana to the point that there is nothing in their heart anymore. No polarity, no good, no bad. It's just nothing. All that's in their heart is just tawheed, the oneness of Allah, and that's all that you can see in their hearts. Nothing else except Allah. That's the poverty of the heart. That's the kind of poverty that you should be reaching to, not the physical poverty. As a result, when dunya sees only Allah in your heart, it comes closer to you because it sees the Master, the greatest.